Some good stuff, man. I really enjoy that. That's a lot of fun to come into that. So, obviously a new look, and we're going to give it a shot. Um, Going to hop right in, talk about the first three steps, the give up steps. Step one, admitted that we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. Step two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And step three, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Obviously, on that one, the God thing is going to be an issue. You know, the name Heathen. So, anyway, step one, admitted that we were powerless over alcohol and our lives had become unmanageable. I like to look at this one a little bit differently um, than the standard AA people. I like to look at this as we admitted that our habit turned into an obsession. I think that's key because a lot of times when you talk about the first step, a lot of people question, I don't know if I'm an alcoholic. How do I know if I'm an alcoholic? Well, I think that when you start obsessing, you wake up in the morning and the first thing you're doing is obsessing about, okay, when can I drink today? How am I going to get it? Do I have enough to get through the day? When it takes over your mind, you can have a habit, and as the big book talks about, heavy drinkers can drink like an alcoholic, but they can stop if there's sufficient need, whether that be losing a job, losing family members, a divorce, um, health issues. They can stop. If you're a true alcoholic and you are truly obsessed with the immediate ease and comfort that taking those first few drinks give you, um, that's when I think it's an obsession and that's when it's an addiction. That's just my personal opinion. Step two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. This one's a big one. This one I struggled with a lot. Coming in to AA, I was wishy-washy on the whole thing, and then I went from wishy-washy on the higher power thing to flat-out atheist. I Obviously things have changed, and a little bit. I don't follow any of the major religions, as again the definition of heathen is somebody who doesn't follow the Christian, the Muslim, or the Jehovah God. So that would be Jehovah, Allah, or Jesus. So I don't follow any of those. I do have a higher power now. I am a very spiritual person. Uh, the raven behind me probably gives a little hint on where I lean on this. But anyway, came to believe that a power greater than yourself could restore you to sanity. I used the groups for a long time. All right, it got me by a little bit. Obviously, it didn't get me far enough, but it can work. But you have to stay connected. The opposite of addiction is connection. You have to stay connected to people and the group if that's going to be your higher power. You have to be talking to these people. They have to be in your life daily. You can't start missing meetings. You can't go to meetings that nobody's there and nobody wants to share. They have to be effective for you. That's the only way that the group is going to make it. And again, that's my opinion. I People have probably made it work, and I'm talking out my ass. That's just my personal opinion and take on it. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. So something that helped me, a lot of AAs, they will use the term good orderly direction when they're talking about God for those people that struggle with that term. I came up with one. I think it makes a lot of sense. Good observable decisions. A lot of times that we can't make amends by using words. People have to see our actions changing. So they have to observe our decisions and observe that our decisions are not in the same way that they were before. That's the only way they're going to see the change. Hearing the change isn't going to work, man. Again, I'll mention it. Saying sorry without change is just a form of manipulation. So again, it says made a decision. That doesn't mean that you have to empty the whole thing right then and there. You just decided that you're going to do it and you're going to start working toward that goal to turn everything over to something greater than you. For me, you probably guessed, Odin has a little bit of part with me. I never thought that I would have any kind of spirituality like I do now, and that's where I went. So those are the first 3 steps. Those are the give up. I'd love to hear any feedback. The email is thesoberheathen@yahoo.com. Also, the Sober Heathen on Twitter and Facebook. Check me out, man. I'm having a fun time doing this. I'd love to chat. Have a great one.